Welcome to Fan Reacts, where I react to your favorite content. Today we got I Don't Want Another Batman, but
More jacked than they are. They know they don't have. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Doing well. Listen, we've all, and by we all, I mean those like me who spend way
Hope
too
y'all
much
doing
time
well.
using the cup computer after midnight. Hey guys. Guys like us, we've been subjected to the endless discourse about the gun Batman, the DCU Batman, and I'll be the first to tell
Yo, they
you,
should just
I
continue
don't
with the
want another
Batman.
I've said it before, we'll say it again and again and again.
I don't want another Batman either.
I want Robert Pattinson to be the DCU Batman.
Facts.
I think you will find a better actor to play what I think is nearly, if not my perfect live-action Batman. I mean, I'm sure you could. Plenty of great actors are out there, man. I'm not dim. But why even waste the money, the time, the talent? I think the Batman should have been retroactively made to be the first DCU movie.
Exactly.
I made an entire video about this. But to say
The first good DCU movie in a long time.
Crying or completion at any given moment voice. I'll sum it up. Essentially, I don't think you need tonal consistency. I don't think it matters in building a cinematic.
I mean, Suicide Squad was good too, but
I think Marvel making everything the same action comedy.
I guess that was the first great DCU movie in a while.
Tone is why that universe died quicker than Martha's heartbeat. Why did you say that? And exactly why superhero fatigue exists. I saw so many people after Superman say, look, there's no way they will ever connect this to Pattinson now. Look at the tone. Not gonna happen, Chief. But dude, I'm over here after seeing the campy Silver Age sci-fi tone of Superman, and I'm hurting more than ever for the grounded, gritty, and goth Reeves Batman to coexist in this world even more. I need it.
Right. Like, it's the duality. You know, the duality between the more joking to the more serious. I mean, you can't really make Batman super joking. Like, serious is very much attached to his character.
From the Superman score, and it got over 1 million likes or something on Twitter because people thought they heard the Batman theme in there somewhere. But people
really.
James. More importantly, though, narratively, I think Reeves' Batman and Gunn's Superman already have so much to connect over. Other than being in their early days of costume crime fighting, both Bruce and Clark had their idealized childlike views of their biological fathers called into question.
That's true.
Called into question by genius intellect-level villains who exposed their family's messy legacy to the public. Both dealt with the public outcry that ensued. But
I didn't even notice those connections, but they're there.
An existential crisis that caused each of them. Both in the beginning viewed themselves as doing what they do to avenge, to try and carry on the goodness of their fathers.
Right.
Both in the end are encouraged by their adoptive daddies to not give up, give in, but to keep moving forward.
Nice analysis.
Both in the end become better versions of themselves, partly because they accept that their idealized perfect view of their parents that they've kept displayed in an ice fortress or locked.
My only criticism of the new Batman is that, I want him to talk more.
Protect the innocent and punish the guilty. The mask, the cape, the bat, and the S are a choice, are defined by the men, the souls behind them. Both stories end, for now, with the hero looking towards us, one stopping to smile, the other always pushing, rushing forward, both reinvigorated in their never-ending battles to save us. That kind of spiritual bond that already exists, most likely entirely coincidental, I might add, is far more interesting, far more engrossing to me than the standard
"But Reeves' Batman is too grounded"
complaint I see. I mean, bro, they both end on a banging rock anthem from the 90s and the 2000s that will define their respective characters for years to come. Fuck it, man, I'll say it again. I think they should let Matt Reeves tell whatever Batman story he wants, and the DCU main canon never has to directly address those events if they don't want to. You can have Pattinson show up in Metropolis, be the same Batman he is in the solo films, having to adjust to whatever out-of-this-world threat Superman or the Justice League will face.
Right.
It should feel tonally so different as it very much always has. That's where the fun comes from. And when the Justice League, when the team are done saving the day, he can shake some hands and then go right back to the slow burn detective, always reigning, beautiful, hellish Matt Reeves' Gotham City. And guess what? He never once has to mention what happened in Metropolis if Reeves don't want to. You wanna know why? Because he's fucking Batman. That is how I would have my cake and eat it too. I'd even wager
Batman goated, man. He's my second favorite superhero of all time behind Spider-Man.
DCEU.
best
Matt
DC
Reeves,
Superman.
listen,
I mean,
listen,
best
listen. I'm
DC
not
superhero.
unreasonable. There is only one counter argument to this that I accept that deeply saddens my inner child, but even his little twerp ass has gotta respect. The simple truth that Matt Reeves just don't want to deal with it. Even if Gunn is like, hey, Matty boy, you can do whatever you want, but can we borrow your Batman for a team up, your Gotham for other projects? Matt was probably like, nah, man, I'm gonna do my own thing. And you can't really fault him for that, can you?
I do fault him for that.
Complete hack job, a dud that includes Robert
Like,
Pattinson Batman. Then
there's no reason that they shouldn't be connected. Really. Like, to have two Batmans going on at the same time is ridiculous. Like, Batman is not an easy character, like, to nail. Like, we seen what happened with Ben Affleck.
Concerns for both Matt and James to have. Even if my needy narcissistic ass thinks that there's still a chance that the merge will happen. I know it's happening. If they announce a Batman actor, I still know. I still believe. Deliver me, save me from Sklenar, my Lord and Savior, Matthew Reeves. I own you. Point is, I figured it's time for me to face reality and play a game of what if myself. Last time, I'll say it for now. I don't want another Batman. I don't want a different DCU Batman. But if there absolutely has to be one. Friday, October 31st. My editing room is filled with SSDs of mostly finished movies and half-drank vodka bottles. 2 years of shitty Batman fan cast have turned me into a hater. These generic white guys all roll together in a rush behind agency-paid bots. Sometimes, in the morning, I have to force myself to remember. None of this fucking matters. All this talk about who should play DCU Batman, and I'm going to avoid that talk like the plague because I think 92.32% of these fan casts are goofy, and clearly, I'm fucking biased.
Who do the fans want to play Batman?
So let's talk about something just as, if not more important, the director. I'm sorry,
Okay,
I have nothing against the man whatsoever, but I just don't see the appeal of an Andy Muschietti Batman movie. I know some people love the way he shot some of the Batman stuff in The Flash. I am not one of those people. Just let it go. And I'm not even
I didn't see that movie.
But I absolutely hated the way Batman looked and how they switched to the digi-double every chance they got. Sure, does his movement vaguely resemble the soaring fluidity of the Arkham games? I guess. But my problem is, it also looks worse and less real than those video games. All that action, Batman, he felt entirely weightless. It's what I imagine a 2020 MCU Batman movie would look and feel like. And I know.
I heard that movie was trash.
Most likely not because of Andy, but I just don't see it. Batman movies have always been made by auteurs at the height of their game or soon-to-be generational talents that already had established their hyper-specific filmmaking voice. So in theory, you could go with the former by grabbing someone crazy like David Fincher, Del Toro, Catherine Bigelow, Alfonso Cuarón. Fucking hell, Darren Aronofsky could finally get to make his Batman movie. You could go with genre filmmakers who are comfortable working in the comic book world. Think Matthew Vaughn, James Mangold, Sam Mendes, George Miller.
I don't really know any of these directors.
Blank check after Sinners. Or, of course, go with a tried and true legend, my goat, Sam Raimi. And before you say
Raimi can never keep Batman grounded emotionally. It would be too campy.
Stop it. Raimi would do a great job.
Kill Batman, especially a Batman who is now looking after a raging douchebag 12-year-old genius intellect ninja raised murdering machine, Damian Wayne. The action would rip, the heart would be there, and stylistically speaking, Sam Raimi and Matt Reeves are very different filmmakers. Fuck, I should have made a video about that, stupid ass. You're a fucking moron. Point is, James could try to recruit a filmmaker who has been at it for longer than most of us have been alive, someone who knows how to cook with bigger budgets, harsher deadlines, and the absurd nature of making one of these things work. Or you could go the complete opposite direction, a wild card, kind of like, believe it or not, Christopher Nolan, Tim Burton were back in the day. Someone with a few movies under their belt, a rising filmmaker popular enough amongst the scum of the earth film bros like myself, but a storyteller who has never been given a massive Wayne Foundation-sized budget to execute their vision. Drew Goddard could definitely write a kick-ass Batman movie. I really like the visual style of Bad Times at the El Royale. That could be fun. Other dudes like Alex Garland might cook something insane up if given the freedom and the $150+ million. Or you could go with the wildest of the wild cards, someone who you would think would turn down something as mainstream as Batman. Think a dark, unique, twisted, artistic voice like Lynn Ramsey. Can you fucking imagine? There's just no fucking way, but can you imagine imagine. I wish I had one, but I don't have a definitive pick. Because whoever is behind the camera should not be your first thought, my first thought. The character has survived so long on the big screen because you would not
It's not an easy task.
Any of the previous filmmakers were born to make a Batman movie. Point is, whoever they get is going to compete, or rather coexist with Reeves' hyper-specific vision of the character. You need to have two distinct visions. You can't have one that feels like it's made by an artist, and the other feel like it was crafted by the committee. To be blunt, you cannot have one Batman film series wiping the fucking floor with the other.
That's 1,000%.
That's important. Don't get me wrong.
Like, one can't be way better than the other.
If not Reeves'
Like, what?
What kind of Batman? I don't really want to or feel the need to talk about the theoretical broader tone of The Brave and the Bold, because I think we can all assume that this new Batman set in a world full of kaijus and crypto will have a more fantastical villain roster that can mutate, morph, fly, ragdoll, and are unable to fucking die. I think the obvious differentiating route to Reeves' crime saga is to have a Batcave with a giant penny, a dinosaur, an array of costumes both colorful and grim, and an army of Bat-branded vehicles and gadgets, an absurd display of maximalism that feels lifted straight from the page. I think we're all expecting that kind of tone, that kind of vibe, and I think they are going to do something like that. But yeah, I doubt they will ever go like full classic Sprang-era Batman, animated Brave and the Bold Batman, where he's donning a rainbow costume to fight Crazy Quilt or hopping on giant piano keys with his old chum in short shorts to defeat the Joker. Even though, if you ask me, I'll be there.
If there was a new Batman for the Brave and the Bold,
that would be fucking awesome.
it'll probably be like a blue and gray costume.
Very classically, darkly Batman, surrounded in a world that is much more comic booky in a way that we haven't seen on the big screen since Joel graced us with his neon-drenched pop culture opera. To me, that's not the tough part. Creating an emotionally grounded Batman in a Gotham full of mud monsters, giant plants, and undead zombies who hide away in the sewers, that's the fun part. The tough part is, what kind of story can you tell with this new Batman? Because I think the assumption would be that in order to separate the two Batmen, our new player would need to be a lot further along, both in age and in his emotional stability behind the mask. Especially if they are still planning on telling a Batman and Son story with Damian Wayne, as Gunn said they were doing years ago. What's tough
Did they
about
say that?
To me, it's the
Well, who
fear
knows
of
if they're still
repetition.
continuing that,
Reeves'
though.
trilogy is most definitely about Bruce learning how, learning that he can allow himself to grow, to try it.
So we've never had really, outside of Batman and Robin, another Robin on the screen, but we're gonna skip. We're gonna skip a couple and just go straight to Damian. Come on, dog. Or not a couple, but we're gonna skip the GOAT. Like, what?
Bruce had a rebirth. The fuse was lit, and now he must keep trying to move forward on this new path. And my worry is that if we start this new DCU Batman, the Gunverse Batman, at the emotional endpoint that Pattinson is most likely headed towards, said new Batman, his story arcs might start centering, the narrative might start revolving around the supporting characters, the villains, the Robins, the threat, and not Bruce himself. Because we, the audience, have already seen and will continue to see a deep dive into the emotional growth of a younger Bruce Wayne. My fear is that the DCU Bruce will become an unmoving, unchanging, ungrowing pawn in what should be his story.
A lot of the other films, which
I agree.
Once you get past the origin tale, then you start telling the Rogues Gallery story.
Like, if they tell another one, like, I feel like he's just gonna be a Batman just to be there for the team-ups. You know, that he might not really grow as much, you know.
And my brain is starting to crack. I'm guessing their way in would be Robin, right? Damian, right? How does Bruce adjust to being a father? Damian is Bruce's fourth Robin, unless they go off the rails in Brave and the Bold and make Damian the first Robin.
Right, I was right the first time. It's a few Robins down the line, like.
Presumably already a seasoned veteran when it comes to the trials of adopted fatherhood and precariously managed childhood endangerment. Meeting a brand new version of Batman this late in his career is something deeply scary to me, man. And on top of that, if you ask me, all roads lead to Robin. If Matt ends up doing a Dick Grayson story, which I kill my future firstborn to see, where Pattinson's Bruce, who who is barely a functioning adult himself, ends up having to care for a young boy who just lost his parents? We are now dealing with two separate Batmen in two separate universes, learning for the first and fourth time how to be Batman and how to manage a trauma.
I think it'll be a while before Robert Pattinson's Batman, you know, get to Robin.
The murderous ninja boy. But I don't know about starting the story in a place where Bruce has already raised, lost, and raised again 3 other angsty boys who he then trained to be ninjas. I know. This is a lot of hearsay and what ifs. I'm spinning fucking riddles so fast even my boy Ed could not untangle half of them, but stay with me, please. I'm desperately trying to think here. Feel free to help me out in the comments, please, about what exactly the emotional arc could be for this Bruce. Something new, something fresh that Reeves would not be covering. I mean, it can't really be about class ignorance because we just saw that. It can't really be about adjusting to fatherhood for the first time, since by the very nature of Damian being the co-lead, Bruce has already done that 3 times. Or maybe, hold on now, maybe that works. Maybe Bruce has already tried to raise a kid 3 times and felt as if he failed each and every one in some way. Maybe this Bruce fumbled the bag so hard that Nightwing doesn't talk to him. My boy Jay is fucking dead, and Tim is off with the Titans because time and time again, Batman pushes those he loves away. Okay, wait. Hold on.
The Nightwing Robin is the one that's with the Titans, Dick Grayson. Maybe in the comics, you know, it's the third one, but...
We meet our new Batman in the middle of the action, out on his nightly patrol. Here, we see a bit of his Gotham, a bit of his personality, but it's all very action-packed. But through that action, we can establish the visual language, the new style, the new flow and tone. This Bats is clearly more experienced.
I doubt they'd introduce a Robin in the first movie.
He dishes out his bone-breaking beatings. In these first 10 to 15 minutes, the filmmaker needs to throw it all out on the table. Much like James Gunn having a vulnerable, bleeding Superman and a super dog running to his rescue, we are using a standard night out in Gotham to establish the experience and world of this new Batman. What exactly is he doing on this night out? Well, in my head, it's a series of match-cut moments made to feel seamless. Ultra-stylized, but never too camp. He stops a bank robbery with colorful goons before he barrel rolls into rescuing a child from a burning building before zip-lining up into the sky, hopping on Firefly's jetpack to bring him down. 5 or 6 different threats all in one night, all played as if to Bruce and to us through the slick editing that this is almost routine. Oh, and he doesn't speak yet. No, I'm Batman. No, I'm Vengeance. There's this scary yet kind of fun stoic silence to him. Most of the personality we are getting...
No. We already got that with the current Batman. I already think the current Batman don't talk that much. This Batman definitely needs to talk more. For sure.
Home in a very classic Batmobile, not a modified car. I want the damn Batwings on the back, goddammit. He pulls into the cave, and we see the maximalism I mentioned before. A giant fucking museum of all his past battles.
We need the
Batmobile. It's super
Batmobile.
cool, but also super lonely. It's big enough for the entire Bat family and more. But the way we are framing Bruce makes him look like the loneliest guy in the world. He achingly takes off his costume. We see the knife wounds, the gashes, and the bruises from the night's battle. And
Okay, I agree with this imaging.
his first word of the film. Alfred, he calmly calls out. No response. That's weird. Alfred, he calls out again, a little louder. No response. That's really weird. He starts looking a little anxious as Batman allows himself to look as we follow him up the Batcave stairs through the hidden clock into Wayne Manor. Another empty museum that should very well be full of warmth. Alfred, a third, louder, less Batman, more Bruce, called to his loyal friend, but still, no response. And this sets Bruce off. We feel the shift in tone as he rushes up the stairs of the manor into Alfred's bedroom. And there, Alfred lays, seemingly asleep, entirely peaceful, always proper. Bruce walks over to him, gently rubbing his arm to wake him up. Alfred, a softer tone to his voice, a boyish tone. But Alfred doesn't move. Bruce's soft demeanor gradually transforms.
Yeah, and Alfred death, I could definitely open up like a Robin appearance. I could see that.
Hard. The same terror he felt when he lost Jason. He shoves his head on Alfred's chest, listening for a heartbeat, listening for any kind of hope. But there is none. He's gone. Alfred Pennyworth is dead. This not only makes a fundamental change to the canon, this not only makes a statement on how different this Batman is going to be from what we've seen before, this sets up an emotional and vulnerable story.
I haven't seen the George Clooney Batman
And I
in
love the idea that we take
over a
page from
decade.
Grant
It's been a long
Morrison's run,
time.
where Batman has gone through these different eras of being somewhat joyous, somewhat stable, and I love the idea that Alfred's death sends him spiraling down back into the darkness. We then see Bruce pretty graphically haul Alfred's resting body into the Batplane. We zoom halfway across the world all the way to Arabia. He stomps out of the plane in this scary, unshakable pace. Out of the shadows, hooded ninjas attack left and right, up and down, but he will not stop. Bruce brutally beats the snot out of them without breaking his stride. They even land a few sword slices on him. We can see him bleeding, but Batman is seemingly unfeeling. I mean, for God's sake, he's barely looking at his attackers. He keeps moving forward. He will not stop until he gets what he wants. He will not stop until... Enough. Talia al Ghul calls off her League of Assassins. Bruce faces Talia.
Right.
The Lazarus
I
Pit.
do remember
He can't
hearing
lose
about that
Alfred.
he had
Just
a
can't.
son from
He
Talia.
demands, then he pleads, his Batman demeanor unable to hide the shaking terror
The
of a
daughter
man
of
who
Ra's
just
al Ghul.
lost his last parent. Talia explains that she wants to help. She really does, but she can't. She claims her father is on his last legs because there's barely any juice left in the Lazarus Pit, any of the Lazarus Pits. There's simply nothing nothing Bruce can do to bring Alfred back. Bruce falls to his knees, an all too familiar image, and we sit in this terrible, uncomfortable silence for a moment. This is a lot to take in for Bruce, for us. I mean, this movie has only been going on for 20 fucking minutes in my mind, and if all of that wasn't enough, we hear a
I love the
voice.
Dark Knight Rises scenes.
Bruce turns,
My opinion,
peers
GOAT
behind
Batman
the
movie.
mask, and looks back, and we see him, a moody 12-year-old boy in white training robes, holding a katana with a good bit of blood smashed on the tip. We cut back to Bruce as he looks towards Talia, and then back to the boy. The boy bears a striking resemblance
To
to
him.
both of them. Bruce
Right.
stands trying to collect himself as the boy approaches in a two-shot. Another moment of silence between the two before Damian Wayne speaks. I thought you'd be taller.
Nah, that'd be cool, though.
So you might be saying to yourself, damn, Alex, you're a fucking clown. That's a whole lot of fucking shit to do before the title card even drops, and I agree with you.
Maybe we don't see eye to eye on every little thing. Maybe you don't like me. It's fine. I'm an acquired taste.
But what I'm trying to do with this Batman movie that I'm pretty sure I don't even really want is set the character up for a journey that will feel both fresh and entirely vulnerable. Alfred is dead. He's not coming back. That's shocking enough. But here's the thing. He was not murdered, right? He was not gunned down in an alley or beat to death by a crowbar. Bane did not hit him with a 1-2 Zod. He died naturally. He died peacefully in his sleep, and Bruce did not get to say goodbye, say all the things he should have said while he was alive, because Bruce was too busy being Batman. He has nowhere to aim his aggression, nobody to blame, to beat on. He cannot fight death, and he simply cannot accept that. But boy, will he try. Boy, will he spend the rest of the movie trying to find a way to bring Alfred back. You want fantastical Batman, right? That don't mean it can't be dark. My idea of that is storing Alfred's
I don't know that
corpse in a
Batman.
cryo chamber, nor a freeze style, while he works with Dr. Kirk Langstrom to take the last little bit of the Lazarus juice and attempt to manufacture a comic book cure-all. Something that can not only, in theory, reanimate, bring back a life within a week of death, but something that can prevent, can slow, perhaps even stop death altogether.
Okay, I don't want him to do that
But the
to
thing about
Alfred,
a
though.
comic book cure-all, it's always too good to be true. Plot aside, our boy Bruce ain't thinking clearly. He's grieving in a way that he's
Trauma
never
is
had
part of
before,
Batman's character.
all while having
Like, it's
his
important.
bomb
You know, we
dropped
can't
on
be
him.
bringing
He's
people
had
back.
a son, a biological one, and Talia never told him. In fact, she and one of his arch enemies turned his son into a killing machine, when Bruce himself was fundamentally, at his very core, compelled to never take a life.
Right.
Damien grew up surrounded by Lazarus.
Says a lot about her.
Could, until recently,
Real
died
talk.
on Tuesday, come back on Wednesday looking fresh as hell. Point is, Damien's entire concept of human life is anything but sacred. He's never experienced loss. loss, and he's paired together with a Bruce who has lost so much, who as a result is now trying to conquer death itself. It's the worst possible time in the world for Talia to drop the bratty bomb that is Damien on him. The worst possible time that forces Bruce to not only confront how he's fucked up with his other sons in the past, but forces him to figure out how to be a father to the most problematic child, all on his own. I mean, Bruce just lost the only man in the world whose compassion and kindness could teach.
I mean, that could be done well, but I still think Dick Grayson would still be better.
That comes from hiding beneath the cowl. Perhaps this,
especially right now, like they've never really had like a great Robin, you know. So I mean, in Dark Knight Rises, the Robin in that movie was good, but he never really rose up to being a Robin.
Save Damien, who he just met a week ago, who could be
just pretty much in name alone.
Trust or accept the loss of the man, the father figure that saved him from his own darkness time and time again. And Alfred, if he was here to tell him, would not want Bruce to be doing any of this, would not even want to be brought back. Alfred would lovingly console the boy he raised and tell him that you cannot stop death, but you can break the cycle. Alfred, above all else, would want Bruce to focus on showing his son the love he has yet to experience. The love that was taken from Bruce all those years ago. Wow, that was a lot. I'm not sure, dude. Definitely not my best fan fiction, but shit, man. James and whoever ends up writing and directing has it hard. Very fucking hard. Because it's not like you were going from Joel
definitely hard
to Christopher Nolan. It's not like you need to create something that redefines the character for a new age. Because Matt Reeves just created something that redefined the character for a new age. Created something that was pretty much universally beloved. Made a good chunk
if they made a new one, they still gotta make Batman that's great. He doesn't have to be super original, but great, and still able to fit with the team. You know.
That are and will most likely continue to happen alongside this new Batman. I'd even go as far to say that the brave and the bold needs to be aware of that, and in a metatextual sense, very much be about how to continue on in the face of constant rebirth and death. Can this new DCU Bruce deal with another earth-shattering loss? Can he keep making the same choices with his sons, choices that lead to even more loss, even more regret? When will he stop fighting something he can never fully overcome? Can Bruce ever stop trying to stop death when Batman is born from it? How do you keep reinventing something that has never been broken? How many times can we watch a man turn his pain into fear and eventually turn that fear into hope? How many Batmen do we need before we become numb to that journey, before we no longer fear the legend? The filmmakers
will never get old of the journey,
they are,
ever.
They will be, must be aware of this now more than ever. And to wrap it all up, I'll say it one last damn time. I'm not sold. I don't think there should be. I don't want two. I don't want another. I
agree.
want a different Batman. But if they must create one, they better live up to that title. He has to be. His story must be something truly brave and utterly